Hey, this is Marcus Ortiz. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the SMDV Flip 32G Octa softbox. So let's get started. So disclaimer, I want to get this out of the way. I was not paid or sponsored by SMDV or any other company. I was not given this for free or lent it for free. I bought this with my own money and I'm just a regular photographer. Okay, let's get on with this. So I'm going to talk about my real-world user experience with this softbox. So I got the chance to use the Flip 32G on a recent photo shoot in downtown Honolulu. So I want to give a shout out to Patrick de los Santos. He's the photographer who organized this. And I also want to give another shout out to Lola, who was our model. So I'll put links to both of their Instagrams down in the description. So for most of the photo shoot, I was actually using natural light because the natural light was really great when we first started the photo shoot. But as time went on, near the end of the photo shoot, when the sun was setting, the light got harsher and uglier. So I thought that was a good chance to use my new off-camera flash setup. So I have the Godox AD300 Pro, also known as the Flashpoint Evolve 200 Pro, and I had the SMDV Flip 32G softbox. So I didn't really do anything fancy since this is my first time using this off-camera flash setup. So I placed the light above the model and pointed down at a 45-degree angle. So this is butterfly lighting, also known as Paramount lighting, named after the Paramount movie studio. So it's a very nice, flattering look on people. And when I looked at the photos later, I thought they had a kind of a cool commercial look, almost like they were advertisements for the outfit that Lola was wearing. And also, I had a question on my earlier video about this softbox, about whether you can put gels on it. So SMDV does sell gels, both color correction gels and like creative gels, so you can change the color of the light. I decided to get a 1/1 full CTO orange gel. So that's what for one of the last pictures, I used the orange gel and aimed it at Lola just to see kind of how it would look. And I got really lucky with the posing because Lola chose to do a more sinister pose, and I thought that it worked really well with the orange light. It almost like hinted that maybe she was like a demon in human disguise, and she would like that because she's actually a cosplayer who's used to dressing up in costumes for like comic book and movie characters. So now I'll go through the pros and cons of the Flip 32G. So the number one pro of this softbox is that it's fast and easy to set up. So I did a demonstration of this in my earlier video, so you can watch that and I'll put a link to it down below. But it's like super fast and easy to set up, which is what you want when you're shooting out in the field. The other thing is the build quality. I wasn't planning on testing this, but the wind actually blew over my softbox and it fell down. Luckily, there was no damage. All the rods are fine. It still opens and closes fine. But yeah, that was my fault for not securing it with weights or sandbags. So that's 100% my fault, but it did pass the build quality test. The other nice thing is that the shipping was fast. I ordered it through the smdvflip.com website, which is their US distributor website, and it arrived pretty fast within 1 week. And also, even better, shipping was free. So there's free US shipping, but I don't know how long that will last. It might be a temporary promotion, but at the time I'm shooting this video, the shipping within the US was free. The other great thing about this softbox is that it works with speed lights and small strobes up to about like the AD200 Pro. Now the cons of the Flip 32G, the number one con, not so much a con but a thing to know, is that if you're going to use speed lights and rectangle strobes with this, you really need to properly tighten it within the mount insert. So this might take a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it. I'm actually going to tighten all of the flashes that I have in this standard mount insert, which is for the speedlights and AD200 Pro and AD200, just to show you how much to tighten the mount insert on each of these flashes. So I'll start with the AD200 Pro. So the silver side is where it goes in. Whoops, not sorry. The black side is where it goes in. Oh my god, don't quote me. Okay, so it's in there. I'm going to hold it up next to my shotgun microphone and I'll press the locking button. For the AD200 and AD200 Pro, you want to hear 2 clicks of tightening. Okay, so now it's in there. So I have to make an embarrassing admission. I did not properly tighten on my AD200 Pro when I first used the Flip 32G. So at the photo shoot I just talked about, the wind blew over my light stand. I was able to catch the light stand, but because the mount insert wasn't properly tightened, my AD200 Pro popped out of the mount insert and fell on the ground on like hard pavement. And oh man, that was so embarrassing. First, because I just bought it, but also number two, it happened in front of other photographers. Luckily, the other photographers, they were sympathetic. They weren't like making fun of me. One of them even said like, "Oh no, he just bought that." But to clarify though, I bought this used to save some money. If you buy it new, the AD200 Pro, it costs $350, but I bought it used for $200. But it's basically in like new condition, although slightly less new now. There's a couple of scratches along the front side, but luckily the back screen, oh god, I just hit myself. The back screen, the controls, and the power switch and the battery compartment are all work fine, so it's fully functional still. So thank you to the photography gods for that. Yeah, so 2 clicks of tightening for the AD200 Pro or AD200. The next flash I'm going to put on it is the Godox V862, and this has a similar shape and form factor to the Godox TT685 and TT600, so those should be the same amount of tightening for those. For this, you want to have 4 clicks of tightening, and the first 2 clicks or so are actually so fast they almost sound like 1 click, but they're really 2. So you want 4 clicks. Okay, so that's in there now. Shake test. So yeah, 4 clicks of tightening for the Godox V862. So when you get the standard insert for the Flip 32G, it comes with this mini light adapter, or I guess for, depending on where you, if you buy it, the Angler version, I think it says like mini flash or compact flash adapter. So I'll put that in here. So there's, you can't really see it, but there's a little, a black tab right here, and it goes into like a little hole over here, a slit for it. Okay, so I'll put that in there. It's in there. So the compact flash I'm going to use with this is the Godox V350, and it has a similar form factor to the Godox TT350. So we'll put this in. And actually, if you wanted to, you can make it pass through the mount. And I'll just leave it like right on the edge. And I'll tighten the lock button as much as I can. So that's as far down as the lock button is going to go. Shake test. Yeah, it's not secure at all. So even with the mini light adapter, I do not recommend using a compact flash like the Godox V350 or TT350 with the standard mount insert. Let's take out that mount insert for your flash, for the compact flash. All right, so I know that took some time to do, but I think that's really important for anyone who's thinking of buying the Flip 32G or any of the SMDV like smaller flip soft boxes if you're going to use the standard mount insert. If you have a round head flash like the Godox V1, the Godox AD200, or you could get the Godox, oh, what was it called? Let me check the model number. If you use the Godox H200R, which is the round head for the Godox AD200, any of those round head flashes, I think those have magnets in them, and the SMDV mount insert for those round heads also has a magnet. So I think that makes for like extra secure hold on it. So those, but if you want to use the AD200 with the round head, that's an extra expense. You have to buy the AD200 round head, the H200 round head, and also you have to buy a different insert, the round head insert. But depending on what flashes you have, that might be worth it. So that's something to know. So back to the rest of the cons. So the Flip 32G, at the time I'm making this video, is not available through the major retailers like Amazon, B&H Photo, or Adorama. I had to order it direct from the SMDVFlip.com website, which is their US distributor. So luckily, I have no problems with my Flip 32G, so I didn't have to do anything. So I can't really comment on their customer service or refunds or returns and how well that works or how badly. The other con, let me get this, is that I don't have it in front of me, but the AD200 comes with a bare bulb head, and the bare bulb head is great to use in most softboxes because it spreads the light inside of the softbox. The problem is though with the standard mount insert, you can't reuse the round head because the round head has a knob on the side that stops it from going inside it. So you can only use the standard Fresnel head with the standard mount insert. So that's something to know. And the other thing is that with the Flip 32G, the front diffusion and the inner baffle are built in, so you can't take it off. So if you want the maximum flexibility, like maybe you need more power out of your flash, you want to take off the diffusion, or maybe you want, for the particular photo shoot you're doing, you want a hard light look, and so you want to remove the diffusion. You can't do that with this softbox. If you get their Flip 36 Pro and Flip 44 Pro, they're also available on Adorama as the Glow Parasnap 36-inch and 44-inch. Those have removable diffusion if you want that flexibility. The other con is that it's kind of expensive. When I bought my Flip 32G, I got it with the S mount but with no grid, and that cost $189.95. If I was to get the grid costs another $89.95, which is kind of high. So that's kind of annoying. So I got this without a grid. If you want a cheaper alternative, there's a Glow 31-inch by 31-inch or 80 centimeter by 80 centimeter foldable softbox that costs $21 on Adorama, but you need to buy the S2 bracket to attach it to a light stand. But $21 is really cheap. And the only thing is though, it's a rectangle softbox. So if you're okay with that look, then that's fine. That's an alternative for you. A last downside, not unique to this softbox, but just any large modifier like a softbox or a large umbrella, is that it can get blown over in windy conditions, which is what happened to me. So you have to be careful and just be smart and use sandbags and weights to secure your light stand so it doesn't fall over. But yeah, so that's my real world review of the SMDV Flip 32G softbox. So if you have any questions, you can put them down below in the comments. And I hope this helps you make a decision on whether this softbox is right for you for run and gun, off-camera flash, portrait photography. I'm Marcus Sortias, and that's all for this video. I'll see you next time.